Mike Gallagher.
We're all pulling for Dennis Prager, of course, and as he continues to recuperate, if you want to get your daily dose of Dennis, you can go to pragertopia.com, become a Pragertopia member, and listen to full episodes of the Dennis Prager Show anytime you want. Go to pragertopia.com. Join today, pragertopia.com. I saw this, I'm looking at these poll numbers. Did you see the polling for the Democrats? 22% approval rating. Quinnipiac poll came out, 68% disapprove of the Democrats. And small wonder, when you consider how bad the shining stars are of today's Democrat Party. Have you heard of Jasmine Crockett? Jasmine Crockett is this wild-eyed, rabid, real radical congresswoman from Texas. I believe she represents the congressional district that includes Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. Look, the Democrats are broken. And here's a perfect example of why. Here she was, I believe she was on The View, because naturally she's on The View. And Jasmine Crockett suggested that the $5,000 DOGE dividend payment idea floated by President Trump and Elon Musk wouldn't really matter, because what's $5,000 going to do for the average American? I got to play this for you. Cut 8.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from DOGE back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
By the way, I'm sorry, my bad. I want to make sure we clarify. It was not The View. I think she was on The View. This isn't from The View, though. This is from an interview she gave to ABC. We can start it again. Sorry, Kristen. Here she is on ABC.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from DOGE back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us, because they already know that there's just no money for that. So, no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
Honestly, I don't know what $5,000. Now, in the same clip, she's defending the $1,200 of COVID money that people got. That was our money in the first place. See, there's a big difference between the COVID checks and a DOGE dividend payment. The DOGE dividend check would come from monies found from wasteful spending. And the government would essentially be giving us back some of our own money. That's not what the COVID checks were. Now, she's all for that. The Democrats love those checks. Look, she's bragging about it. Look what we did. We gave money to people, $1,200. Trump's trying to claim credit for that. That wasn't him. That was us. But he's lying about the $5,000. I mean, so here's the punchline. When the CNN host challenges poor Joe Walsh, the fierce Trump-hating ex-Republican. Now, of course, he loves the Democrats. He hates Trump, and he'll go anywhere where he has a chance to trash Trump. Even the CNN host thought that poor Joe went too far.
Donald Trump is saying everything Vladimir Putin would say. Mm-hmm. And you mentioned the American people generally don't care about what's going on over there. The American president right now could be a plant, could be a Russian asset. I mean, think about that. Here I am. I know it's early in the morning to say something like that, but think about that. And if the American people don't care about that Putin might have something on Trump, that he's an asset, that he's a plant, that he's doing the bidding of Vladimir Putin, if the American people don't care about that.
Well, the thing is, listen.
I'm sorry to get us off the topic.
We don't have evidence of that.
We don't have any evidence of that, Mr. Walsh. Please don't get us sued because of your crazed wild-eye theory. Look, go with that. Trump's a plant. He's a plant. He's a Russian asset. He's a KGB agent, Joe. He really is. We ought to send Joe a little gift of some those nesting eggs from Russia with Trump's head inside. You know those eggs that you pull out and it's like layer after layer, and then you get to the littlest one, it'll be a little tiny head of Donald Trump. And let's go back to Jasmine Crockett for just a moment. I got to play that clip one more time. You know what her net worth is? I'm looking online here about Jasmine Crockett. Now, she makes $174,000 a year as a member of the U.S. Congress, right? Let's listen to her again poo-poo the idea of a DOGE dividend payment that Americans who have paid taxes, paid federal income tax, could possibly get $5,000 apiece. Listen to her spinning this. She's going to defend the COVID payments, and of course there were billions of dollars of fraud associated with people, businesses, and individuals who collected money from the government, which means from us, our money. All kinds of fraud, all kinds of waste, and you're going to love the part where she says, well, we're not in the business of giving out money. Really? Here's Jasmine Crockett.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from DOGE back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. So, no, we are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
We could isolate the last part of that, Christian, and play it on a loop. We're not in the business of giving out money, and frankly, I don't know what $5,000 would do for you. Well, look, according to stuff you see online, and I don't know how accurate this is, her net worth is anywhere from $4 to $5 to $9 million. Look at this site. Jasmine Crockett is estimated to be worth $9 million in 2025. In addition to a $174,000 salary, she also earns rental income from her multiple real estate assets. Her stock portfolio has grown at a staggering 60% in the last year alone, according to DOGE. She was a successful lawyer before becoming a politician. She was a lawyer? You imagine having her as your attorney? And her real estate assets, this is a congresswoman from Texas. According to online resources, she owns a $2 million townhouse in Dallas, a $1.5 million loft in Austin, and a $1.5 million lakefront cabin in Galveston. A congresswoman who goes on national TV, goes on ABC, and I don't know what $5,000 is going to do for anybody. Well, of course you don't think that. That would barely cover the light bill for all of your properties. You're a multimillionaire. I mean, how about Bernie Sanders? You ever look into his net worth? You know, socialist Bernie Sanders, a man of the people. I mean, I happen to be stumbling across all these congressmen and what they're worth, and they all make, again, $174,000. He's worth over $15 million. These are not serious people. These are clowns. These are circus clowns. But look, they're well-paid circus clowns. You can insult Jasmine Crockett all you want. I know people have called her garbage and she's trash. But she's very, very well compensated. She's managed to turn that paltry $174,000 salary.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.